Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Praying Well. I'm Mike St. Pierre, your host. Thanks so much for listening today and watching. Like this video, and if you haven't yet subscribed, be sure that you do that. Today I'm going to show you how to use an app called Day One to write out your daily prayers. Now, I run into people all the time who will say things like, I'm not really comfortable sitting in silence, or I don't know what to say when I'm trying to talk to God. I just feel sort of awkward or like a phony, or maybe I'm out of practice. Can you relate to either of these? I know that I can. Sometimes it's just really, really difficult to sit quietly with God. My mind is racing. I'm thinking about the day before or what's coming up on the day that's about to happen. I'm just distracted. Other times, I just find it hard. It's just hard to sit still. I feel out of touch with God, and maybe I'm just feeling like, gee, this is just not going to be a good prayer day today. So if you can relate to any of those perspectives, this video is for you. So why use an app, a specific app for journaling when it comes to your daily prayers? Well, to be fair, you could use something like Microsoft Word or Apple's Pages. Nothing wrong with either one of those, except that typically if you're going into Word or Pages, you're thinking about work. And I don't know about you, but when I'm trying to pray, I want to be fully present to God. I don't want to be thinking about my projects or my tasks or deadlines, things like that. I want to be really focused in on God. And so that's why I use a particular app to help me to do that. So again, you could use some of those other things, but I would recommend a journaling app. It could be Day One, it could be anything else. Why do I use Day One? First, it's safe and secure as much as it can be. I can set a fingerprint or a password to protect a particular journal that I use for prayer. Second, it's just dedicated to that. The only thing I'm using it for is for either writing or for my morning prayer time. And at this point, I probably have, no joke, and I'm not trying to brag here, but I probably have over 2,000 entries in Day One. Just morning prayer time that I'm just kind of writing out my thoughts to God. And so let's jump into Day One. I'll show you what it looks like for me, and maybe that's going to work for you too. All right, very good. So I'm on my iPad, and no, I'm not going to show you all the games I have downloaded here, but I am going to launch right into Day One, and from here it's going to prompt me for my fingerprint. And you can just tell from a perspective of all these different notebooks I have on the left here, the things that I'm dealing with. And as I mentioned earlier, I've got, it looks like 2,332 journal entries. So that's morning prayer time. That's pretty good. I've created a new folder over here just for the use of this video called Daily Prayers. So I'm going to click on that. So imagine you go to have your morning prayer time and you're just looking for a little structure. So in this, you can do a couple different things. One, you could hit in the top left corner that little microphone, and you could just talk to God through that. Okay, but in this case, we're going to give you, we're going to hit on this little pencil icon or the plus icon in the middle. And let's say I'm going to call it Monday, November 26th. Okay. And then from there, I might just do a little check-in with God. How are you today? And then I might just sit in quiet, maybe close my eyes and think about that for a few minutes. I could also go into the ACTS formula of prayer, right? And remember that ACTS is adoration, contrition, thanksgiving, am I spelling that right? And supplication, just a fancy word for praying for others. So in there, all I could do could be real simple. I could create some bullets underneath, and I could just, write out, praise you, Lord. God loves hearing us tell him how great he is. And you might just type those out. I know it seems a little mechanical, but actually it's very powerful. Just getting it off your chest and reminding yourself how good God is. Then under contrition, again, you might just take a moment to kind of pause and close your eyes and think about, gee, what am I sorry for? Maybe I'm sorry for not being present. Really fully present yesterday to my wife or my kids. For not being honest, for being short with, I'll make somebody up, Joe, for my best effort. You could come up with whatever you like. If you were short with someone named Joe, awesome, but just talk to God from your heart. That's really the key there. And again, spend some time just kind of mulling over your heart. What's on your heart? What are you thinking? Down in Thanksgiving, we might add a few things here like good night's rest, feeling good today. Oh, there we go. A great weekend with the family, my job, my friends, and be specific, So you might say my friends, and Jean in particular, and Susan, and Larry. I'm so thankful for them, for the week ahead. And again, be specific. Really looking forward to Wednesday's luncheon meeting, or I'm also really looking forward to Benjamin's swim class for 2 second graders on Wednesday. That's going to be awesome, So again, spend some time just coming up with some things that work for you, things that you're thankful for. And then again, maybe you pause and you think for a second, gee, now what I want to ask for God's prayers for? Well, I'm looking forward to Wednesday's luncheon meeting, but I also want to wrap that up in prayer. And, there's an important, we'll call it Project X, Project Z, right? And work I'm kind of anxious about, and I pray for its success. And I pray that I would be attentive to detail, right? I pray for Ricky, somebody at church who's having surgery. I pray that that goes well, And again, you might add all kinds of different supplications. You're probably going to have 5 or 7 or 10 different things that you're praying for, all right? And this is just one way of using an app called Day One to write out your prayers, okay? And the next day, you might create a new entry, and the day after that, and then the day after that. I'll show you one neat little feature here, is that you can see this white 25. So I'm recording this on November 25th, 2018. But if I were to have a consistent time of prayer every single day, you would see all of those blocks in the color white. I think that's really nice. So anyways, hope this was helpful to you. This is just one way of using an app called Day One to complete your daily prayer time.